Some fascinating news out of NVIDIA just a few moments ago. Shares are lower pre-market after China's market regulator said a preliminary investigation found the chipmaker violated the country's anti-monopoly law. The stock is down 2% in extended trade. Arjun, how significant is this news?
Well, just a bit of context first. This is an investigation that was opened late last year by the State Administration for Market Regulation over in China, and it was in relation to an acquisition that NVIDIA closed in 2020 of Mellanox, a networking technology company. Now, that acquisition at the time was approved preliminarily by the Chinese regulator on certain conditions. And what the Chinese regulator is looking into is whether NVIDIA violated some of those conditions of that acquisition, and it's found preliminarily that NVIDIA has violated the country's anti-monopoly laws as well. Now, how big a deal is this? The timing is, of course, very interesting as US and China meet to try to hammer out some sort of negotiations, but it feels like tensions between the two countries continue to ramp up. We saw over the last few days China has launched a couple of investigations into the broader semiconductor industry. There's one an anti-dumping probe in relation to some U.S. chips, as well as an anti-discrimination investigation into the U.S.'s moves against the Chinese chip sector. So, you know, the timing of this was, I think, a 1 or 2 line statement just telling the market that, hey, do you remember this investigation? It's still ongoing, and we're still looking into it. And so, you know, it feels like this is all part of this broader sort of rising tensions between the two nations.
The timing is extraordinary that we are watching U.S.-China officials meet in Madrid this morning. Scott Bessent said that they came with a pretty aggressive ask. He tried to also say that they have been making good progress on the technical details here. So it's sort of hard to really gauge how the talks are going. And then you've got this piece of news flow on NVIDIA coming through.
Yeah, really hard to kind of understand what's happening here. At the same time, look, we know technology has been so caught up in between the negotiations on trade between these two countries. And so, you know, it's expected that semiconductors being such a critical technology to both these companies continues to get tied up here. And it's very hard to kind of read the room as to which way this is going to go. But certainly, this doesn't make things any easier.
In a high-profile 2020 deal, China found that NVIDIA had broken anti-monopoly laws, increasing pressure on Washington during delicate trade talks. Following the completion of an initial inquiry, the State Administration for Market Regulation announced that the U.S. chipmaker had been found to have violated antitrust laws following the purchase of networking equipment manufacturer Mellanox Technologies Limited. In pre-market trading, NVIDIA's stock dropped around 2%, and gains were offset by U.S. stock index futures. As U.S. and Chinese officials begin a second day of extensive tariff talks in Madrid that could influence the relationship between the two biggest economies in the world, the unexpected revelation was made. Due to its pivotal role in advancing future technologies, such as artificial intelligence, NVIDIA has found itself at the center of these conversations this year. Beijing launched an investigation into NVIDIA's purchase of Mellanox in December, targeting the most valuable corporation in the world. 4 years ago, Beijing approved the $7 billion takeover transaction, but only if NVIDIA would not discriminate against Chinese businesses. Then, due to what it described as national security concerns, the U.S. government put laws into place that prohibited NVIDIA from selling its most cutting-edge AI processors, notably the H100, to Chinese businesses. In order to meet American rules and be able to sell its chips there, NVIDIA had to alter them at least twice. Weeks after the U.S. agreed to permit NVIDIA and Advanced Micro Devices Inc. to sell some of their highly sought-after AI processors to Chinese companies, Monday's initial ruling follows suit. Beijing has since, however, urged regional businesses and organizations to stay away from NVIDIA's H20 accelerator due to security concerns. What kind of remedies the regulator would pursue was not made clear on Monday. Without providing any details, the agency stated that it will look into the matter further. An email request for comment sent outside of regular business hours was not immediately answered by NVIDIA. What effect the statement would have on the negotiations in Madrid is unknown. According to a senior Treasury official, the first day of negotiations covered everything from trade and the global economy to TikTok and lasted nearly 6 hours. China also announced over the weekend that it was opening an anti-dumping probe into specific semiconductors manufactured in the United States. Pre-market trading saw a decline in the shares of U.S. chipmakers, notably Texas Instruments Inc. This week is the deadline for ByteDance Limited's well-known app to come to an arrangement so that it may continue to operate in the U.S. According to a previous Reuters story, the Trump administration is anticipated to once more extend the TikTok divestiture deadline. Are you unsure about what to do with your shares in NVIDIA? You're not by yourself. NVIDIA's recent actions have undoubtedly put it on everyone's radar, regardless of whether you have been following the trend since its inception or are just now examining that ticker symbol. The stock recovered from a slight 1.5% decline over the previous month, rising 6.5% just this past week. While the longer view is quite astounding, up more than 1,200% over 3 years and more than 1,300% over 5 years, that is an impressive increase of 28.6% for the year to date. Those figures are difficult to overlook, particularly when NVIDIA is prominently featured in the tech press. The company's consistent growth story is highlighted by recent news about NVIDIA collaborating with major global players on significant data center investments. The business has also had to deal with new issues, such as reducing some cloud offerings to concentrate on its core competencies and growing competition from big clients creating their own AI chips. The market is adjusting its expectations and risk appetite in real time, taking everything in stride. This is a good place to start if you're unsure if the current price reflects all of that momentum or if there is still opportunity for growth. According to our scorecard, NVIDIA has a valuation score of 2 out of 6. This indicates that it is undervalued in just 2 important criteria, which we will dissect step by step. I'll explain various valuation techniques in the following section to help you understand the current pricing. Stay tuned for a more intelligent method of determining actual value at the conclusion. NVIDIA only receives a 2.6 rating on our valuation tests. Check out the complete value breakdown to see what further warning signs we discovered. Forecasting a company's future free cash flows and then discounting them to their present value is how a discounted cash flow (DCF) model operates. Based on its anticipated future cash generation, this provides investors with an assessment of the company's true value today. At the moment, NVIDIA has $72.28 billion in free cash flow. This figure is expected to increase significantly over the next several years, reaching a predicted $249.21 billion by 2030, according to analysts. For the next 5 years, the estimates are accurate. Beyond that, they are further extended algorithmically, showing optimism regarding NVIDIA's ongoing innovation and market expansion. The DCF model determines an intrinsic value of $143.89 per share using these projections and discounting them to current dollars. In relation to the current stock price, this valuation indicates that NVIDIA shares are around 23.6% overpriced. According to our discounted cash flow (DCF) study, NVIDIA might be 23.6% overpriced. To locate greater value chances, look for cheap stocks or make your own screener. For successful businesses like NVIDIA, the price-to-earnings (PE) ratio is a common valuation tool since it allows investors to see how much they are paying for every dollar of current earnings. The PE ratio assists in placing a company's valuation in relation to both immediate competitors and industry standards when it is continuously profitable and expanding. The definition of a normal or fair PE is heavily influenced by growth projections and perceived risk. Companies with faster growth tend to command higher PE ratios, whilst those with slower growth or higher risk tend to have lower multiples. At the moment, NVIDIA's PE ratio is 49.9x. This is lower than the peer group average of 57.0x, but higher than the semiconductor industry average of 33.1x. Computes a proprietary fair ratio, which is 50.8x for NVIDIA, to offer a more thorough comparison. Compared to peers or industry averages, the fair ratio is a more complete metric. It takes into consideration the particular mix of NVIDIA's industry, scale, profit margins, risk profile, and profits growth. This method makes it more evident what a fair valuation multiple for a business such as NVIDIA should be. NVIDIA's current PE of 49.9x indicates that the stock price is roughly correct based on the earnings multiple when compared to its fair ratio of 50.8x. This should be interpreted by investors as a sign that the market is currently pricing NVIDIA's risks and growth prospects rather effectively. There was a lot of hopeful talk at the beginning of 2025 about what NVIDIA stock may perform at the Central Electronics Showcase this year. Looking back at this timeline, it almost seemed like every headline, social media post, and online comment about NVIDIA's CES press conference was about the company expanding its presence in AI markets. These included AI-powered robotics platforms, AI PCs designed to help developers run LLMs more effectively, and partnerships with different companies in the autonomous car sector like Tesla and Toyota. During the showcase, the next-generation consumer-focused RTX 50 series graphics cards received very little attention. The fact that NVIDIA customers essentially took a backseat to all of these more enterprise-focused AI products/concepts during an annual event intended to showcase consumer electronics disappointed me. Previously, NVIDIA's events focused on productivity, games, GPUs, and raw graphics power to satisfy consumer needs like increasing frames per second, enhancing visuals, enhancing encoding performance, boosting power efficiency, and thrilling the customer base that served as the basis for NVIDIA's $4 trillion foundation. However, AI and enterprise contracts are the main topics these days. Their most recent CES address featured headlines about new data center technologies and AI reasoning models, such as Nemotron and Llama, rather than the typical consumer power-focused phrases like CUDA and RTX. These headlines weren't about consumer-grade GPUs or gaming. These AI reasoning models that NVIDIA showcased will be of little to no practical use to the average consumer, but this was the main focus of the showcase, and it made it clear to me that the company appears to be eschewing its core customer base in favor of catering to its recently discovered AI enterprise markets. As stated in their 2021 annual 10K filing, gaming was NVIDIA's primary source of income not too long ago. Data centers accounted for a far smaller share of NVIDIA's revenue before 2021, as can be seen in the figure, and the company's primary focus was on consumer-grade gaming. However, there was a race among the leading tech companies to invest in and develop the best generative models after OpenAI popularized generative AI tools like DALL-E and ChatGPT in 2021. As a result, we saw a more than threefold increase in AI investment market-wide between 2019 and 2021, which has since plateaued after a huge spike in 2021, after many of these companies, including Google and Microsoft, announced that they would be reducing their spending on AI-related projects and/or looking into in-house solutions to save capital expenditures. The current trend of NVIDIA's data center section surpassing their gaming segment by an increasingly large margin, as evidenced by a more recent 10K filing, has coincided with this increase in AI investment. However, it is important to note that corporate investments in AI only started to level off in 2021, at which point the leading businesses in the sector united to lower their AI. Additionally, according to data from the University of Michigan, CapEx spending coincided with the beginning of a steep and ongoing drop in U.S. consumer sentiment. Additionally, this drop in consumer sentiment has been seen not only in the U.S., but also in China, where it has plummeted much more during the same time frame. We can observe an exponential rise in the number of freshly financed generative AI startups emerging on the front end, despite the pullback of big tech investment in AI and the drop in consumer sentiment. As the capex liquidity that large tech companies once supplied to this industry dries up, these new startups may find themselves entering a once booming industry that is now entering a cool-down period. If that is the case, they are unlikely to succeed in pursuing the Gen AI trend. It's worrisome to note that according to NVIDIA's 2025 annual 10K filing, just 3 of their direct enterprise clients accounted for 34% of this newfound revenue. Omida Research's Q32023 report on H100 shipments suggests that NVIDIA's top clients were Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Amazon, with significant business from TSLA, Oracle, TikTok, and CoreWeave. However, NVIDIA did not specifically name its clients. It is highly probable that NVIDIA will experience a significantly higher direct impact on both their profit margins and overall revenue as these companies look for internal solutions and competition from potentially more balanced companies like Intel enters the market. This is because many of these customers are also the same companies that have started to reduce their external AI capex spending, probably in line with the decline of the consumer. It is highly probable that NVIDIA will experience a significantly higher direct impact on both their profit margins and overall revenue as these companies look for internal solutions and competition from potentially more balanced companies like Intel enters the market. This is because many of these customers are also the same companies that have started to reduce their external AI capex spending, probably in line with the decline of the consumer. We will see more and more of NVIDIA's overly focused B2B model dwindle as these companies reduce spending, develop in-house solutions, or find better and probably cheaper competitors to NVIDIA. Many of these companies aim to balance capital expenditures with their revenues, and at the moment, they're concentrating on developing the best product for their core customer base to rely on. As some of NVIDIA's most prosperous corporate clients do, it would be fantastic for the company to not only have a healthy B2B basis, but also to have its base of consumers as a safety net in difficult times. However, NVIDIA has forgotten that base in its pursuit of a burgeoning AI trend, leaving it vulnerable to a tremendous pull of liquidity. As of right now, if one looks at NVIDIA's QoQ net margins, a peak can already be seen, rounding down since the beginning of 2024 with a dip in Q2 2025. This suggests that a company like NVIDIA may soon wish to have a solid customer base to rely on. The last time we saw a reduction in margins like this was at the beginning of 2022, which coincided with a 62% decline from $28.95 per share to $10.81, close to the 89-month EMA. This time, if everything proceeds as planned, we might see a comparable 60 to 70% drop to about $50 per share, which would be in line with the white 89-month EMA. Currently trading at a 57x multiple with an EPS of $3.15, I believe NVIDIA has the potential to correct down to a 15 to 20x multiple. If the market priced out its AI efforts, it underwent a significant repricing, and there's even a chance that declining margins may cause EPS to decline. A 20x multiple of that would correspond with NVIDIA selling down to $23 a share in the upcoming months if EPS drops sharply to $1.15, reversing a year's worth of growth. The market is still valuing NVIDIA's stock at a 42.33x multiple to its book value, despite recent contractions, according to the company's price-to-book ratio. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.